the dark side of nice men. Hi, I want to talk about a pattern that often hides in plain sight, one that looks gentle, feels familiar, and is often praised, but can leave deep emotional wounds in its wake. Let's talk about nice men and what happens when niceness becomes a shield for avoidance, inaction, and emotional disconnection. We're taught to associate niceness with safety, with good intentions, with someone who won't rock the boat. And for many, being around a nice guy feels calm. He's polite, soft-spoken, helpful, maybe even selfless. But what if I told you that being nice isn't the same as being safe? And it's certainly not the same as being kind, because kindness requires courage. It means facing discomfort. It means choosing what's right over what's easy. Niceness, on the other hand, often comes from fear. Fear of conflict, of disapproval, of upsetting anyone. And that fear shapes behavior that can, over time, do real damage to the people closest to him. I once heard a story from a client whose father never yelled, never fought, never raised a hand. He was the easy one. But every time her mother lashed out, he said nothing. He'd disappear into the garage or change the subject, anything but address what was happening. She said, "It felt like I had no one. Even though he was in the house, I had no one." That's the heartbreak of the nice man. He's there, but he's not with you. He keeps things smooth on the surface, but chaos keeps happening underneath. Nice men often avoid taking a stand in tough situations, allow harmful behavior to go unchecked, tell half-truths, or stay silent to keep the peace. Choose being liked over being trustworthy. Let their partners do all the emotional labor, and in the process, abandon the people they claim to care for most. What's even more confusing? Everyone else thinks he's wonderful. You're the one who's frustrated, anxious, confused, and people don't get it. You hear things like, "But he's such a great guy." Meanwhile, you're slowly shrinking inside the relationship. Over time, this emotional neglect can feel like gaslighting. You begin to question your own instincts. You stop asking for what you need. You stop trusting your own reality. And it's not just partners who feel the effects. Children of nice men often grow up feeling emotionally unprotected, forced to self-regulate before they're ready, and disconnected from their own needs. The core issue is this: nice men are often afraid of their own anger, afraid of setting boundaries, afraid of being seen as bad. So they avoid, withdraw, and bypass what needs to be addressed. What they miss is this: kindness isn't about being passive, it's about being present. And if you're with someone like this, you might find yourself doing everything. You're the one who sees what's wrong. You're the one speaking up. You're the one holding the emotional weight while he keeps things pleasant. This doesn't make him evil. It makes him unprepared to meet you at the level of depth and truth that real connection requires. And if you're listening to this thinking, "That might be me," I want you to hear this. This pattern doesn't mean you're broken. It means you learned, probably long ago, that peace and approval were safer than presence and honesty. But now you get to choose something different. You get to grow into someone who can hold space for discomfort, choose truth over image, protect what matters, and love from a place of integrity, not performance. And if you're the one partnered with a nice guy, please know you're not crazy. The loneliness you feel is real. The confusion you carry is valid. And you're allowed to want more than pleasant. You're allowed to want protection, honesty, depth, partnership. If any of this is resonating, here's what you can do next. Take the free Nice Sky quiz by clicking the link on description for free. Join me live on this channel where we talk about emotional safety, identity, and relationship dynamics in real time. Or book a one-on-one session if you're ready to work through this in a safe, supportive space. This journey isn't about blaming or shaming. It's about waking up to the parts of us that have stayed silent for too long and learning how to speak, feel, and choose from a place of truth. Let's keep healing forward together.